these basic movements,
Yep.
right? Push-up, burpee, ring dip, box jump, double under. All of these things are very, very simple movements. And certainly we use complex language to describe what's going on.
Right.
But the cueing is simple. Is my athlete in a good position?
Right.
And what we're saying is, if my athletes are breaking in some of these elemental movements, what do I think is going to happen when I challenge them more complexly?
Yeah, everything's going to deviate from our standard, which is what we're talking about. And it's okay to be highly technical about how we position the body, because the outcome is going to be greater than we can imagine. And I think, once again, coming from the gymnastics standpoint, where our goal is to cut down on variables, all we talked about is, hey, how do we simplify the body to just look at it as one piece, and then add small components on top of it to assist the movement and make it better, and go into all the stuff that you've been talking about, which is more efficient movement, more work.
Okay, so we've been talking about push-up. We've been talking about push-up on the rings,
Yep.
right? I want to talk about the games push-up for a second. All right, will you jump it down the position? So, in the games push-up, this destroyed people for a lot of reasons. I want you to do a games push-up without your butt on. So turn your butt off. He's lost. He's overextended here. He's not going to be able to stabilize. Lift arms up and push. And what we see is that instantaneously we get a break here and loss of power. So the lever is going through his feet, and that's where I get all that kind of mechanical advantage. Now, if he squeezes his butt, smashes his thighs, and presses up, the games push-up becomes very simple, because I have much more integration with the athlete from the hip down. So what ends up happening is we say, hey, can you get into the position while laying on your stomach, is all we're doing. The hands come up, quick hands, whoop, and down, and press back up, versus as we got tired, we saw failings in the midline, butt comes off, overextend, and this ends up becoming more and more difficult a movement, because it becomes a lot less effective movement. Does that make sense? Which one feels better?
The good one, the position.
La posición!
That's right.
You know, and actually in Spanish it's el posición.
La posición. I know, it's confusing.
Posición? What is that?
Spain, man.
You're from Spain?
Real
I thought
Spanish.
you were Swedish.
A mix. I'm what they call the hybrid. Renaissance man.
All right,
Cool.
good. I want to do that one.